Rose, here we go. Just get you some.
So good.
We'll just get you the lunch
I
ready.
love this. The cat, with any luck, Pete will come in because he likes this.
I know we have to.
He'll
we
like
have to
that.
hide the Scotch eggs from
He'll like
Pete
that.
because he gets very angry.
Lovely,
Hi, Rose.
lovely. Oh, what a treat!
It's so nice to see you.
What a treat! I'm so floating.
Floating from your Royal Academy exhibition.
Yes.
The picture comes first.
Picture contest and the fact that it was full of people. You always have this idea no one's going to turn up.
I know,
I
you
mean,
were
I
very
have
worried.
that idea. No, I don't care. I think somebody said, "Are you worried?" And I said, "No, not at all." Have you got butterflies? No. The work's the work. It's done.
But people always ask you about what it was like to obviously have that desire and that feel, the need to be an artist, or that creative urge, and then you obviously get married and you have family, and then you spend a long period of time not traditionally making art, but being creative and in many
Yes.
ways. But did you feel, not that resentment is the question I'm asking, but did you feel frustrated in some way? You
not
didn't
really.
even you didn't even feel.
Roy was more established as a painter, so it seemed like the right way around to do it. It just happened. He went on with the painting.
But did you ever feel like, did you always know that there was going to be a time when you were going to come back to it?
No.
You didn't. You just put it to side and thought if it,
No, I got on with the thing at the time.
Yeah, it wasn't
the
about
thing
the
in
future. Yeah.
Feeding people, feeding their friends, giving them dinners, giving generally stories,
So
literature, conversation, introducing them to music, trees. What's a tree? What the names of trees, names of flowers. Literature. Read your Ibsen.
but
I
at
like
what point?
I like Ibsen.
But it was only when Lizzie went to the Steiner School that you
Yes.
thought, maybe I should go back to art school. Or
Well,
maybe
I had
should...
time, and Henrietta then had got older, so I thought, I'll try the Royal College. That's when it started. So yes, I did do that. So I got there, and then when I came out, I just went into it obsessively. It started really before I went to the Royal College, and then I went to the Royal College and came out, and I was just doing it all the time. And then I moved into canvas, and I've always done big. I like big.
Yeah, from day one. And size was something that you always wanted to tackle.
Yeah, I like size. I think it's somehow a feeling that, the New York boys did big paintings, Hooning and Klein and Pollock, and some people have said, "Oh, well, you've done big because you've joined Zwirner." That's not the case.
No. Should we talk about the title of that show? Because it's a good one, and I like to. I really like it, but it was a tongue twister, and it was confusing, but it also makes total sense when you describe it.
The title comes from the fact that I have borrowed an idea from Henri Rousseau. I've always thought he was terrific. So because of that, I had a re-look at his work on the web. And I saw a painting I'd never seen of his before, which was called Unpleasant Surprise, and had a dark background and a bear with huge claws, 5. So I thought, looking at what I'm showing in Paris, I thought I needed dark background. So the Rousseau painting fitted. I loved bears. Instead of the nude, the Rousseau painting has, apart from a bear, it has a nude on the right-hand side of the painting, just coming out of the lake. So I thought I would swap the nude for Betty Davis, because I think Betty Davis is good. She's got a good mouth, she's got good eyes, she's got a good presence, she's got presence. So I decided that I'd use Betty Davis. And then the title, you asked me about the title.
Yeah, that's where we started.
That's got a bit of a poetry about it. And then ... I use ... a lot in my writing. Betty Bear. Betty Davis. B. So it's just... And then it reminded me of an Elizabethan children's song, which is Matthew, Mark, and Luke and John. So it was the rhythm.
So say it in the rhythm that it should be.
So the way it goes is Ori, Egypt, Betty Bear.
And there's a funny play on Betty Bear.
Betty Bear.
Because
Betty
Betty
Bear's
is
a pun
not bear,
because that's
but
exactly in the Rousseau. The female is nude, bear.
But you spelt it like the bear.
I only thought about that afterwards. It's a pun, but I didn't. It came about it. But it's the bee and the bee, Betty Bear.
We're showing also some older work in the exhibition.
Yes.
But one I don't really know that much about, which is called Mana.
Yes.
Can you tell me about
The other
that?
one, Mana, that's a computer game.
It comes
It was
with...
I think it was the Observer. It was the Sunday Observer. It was a picture of it. Right?
So Mana was the sort of picture of a computer game that you saw in the newspaper.
Yes, it was. I used it, and then I substituted Luke John for one of the figures, and Charlotte for my son and my niece are there. So it's a kind of combo. It's partly computer and it's partly my family.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's like a family portrait via a computer game.
There were things about the photograph in the computer game which were interesting. And I think there was a time when I loved manga, that I've moved, that was my manga period. I don't do manga anymore. Manga connected with Matisse in certain ways. Manga was inventive, and it was not English, it was Japanese. But it was the invention that I liked, and I was very picky about which manga I used.
Interesting, the connection of Matisse and manga.
Yeah. It wasn't English realism, it was, it's more invention and transformation and poetry, which is what I do. But I've dropped it.
It was a phase.
It was a phase.
But what would you say the phase that you're going through now is?
Very serious.
A very serious phase.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think the eyelashes have gone.
Yeah, that was a big thing you were talking about at the Royal Academy, was that you've given up eyelashes.
I used to do eyelashes sticking out, particularly from the side. And I do like eyelashes. I mean, there was a time when I painted eyelashes on my face. So I've dropped that. Now my heads are small. I used to do big heads always. I think often you need heads which are bigger than normal or smaller.
Like a normal size head is just not...
Well, it's a bit dull. I don't know. No, but it can be wonderful. I'm moving into the fact that you can do it normal size and it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Connected to early paintings, to early Renaissance, and to Byzantine, and to medieval, and they had big heads and out of proportion. I mean, I love it. I love all that stuff. The stuff that I find less interesting is
Impressionism?
I find that less interesting at the moment, but maybe in a week's time I'll be crazy about it.
Do you want some cheese, Rose?
I will. I'll have some wine also, yes. But so, okay, well, that's...
I love this knife.
Yeah, I know.
It's my favourite thing in your kitchen, is this knife. The proportions are perfect.
I know you like it.
But it's also, actually, it's a good segue into the painting that you've done that is...
Exactly.
Very similar shape to this.
It's very close.
Which is called...
It's called The House Next Door, or, the Jumbo Meat Cleaver.
Although this isn't a jumbo meat cleaver, it's the same shape. This was two paintings or two canvases that you were painting. And this backstory is that the house next door used to have a lot of growth of plants.
Yes, there were bushes and little trees and bushes and quite dense. And so I couldn't, from the top of the garden, I couldn't see the house next door. So, or the road, or any house at all, in fact. So it had it was secluded. And you could feel removed from the road because the road was out of sight and the bushes killed the noise. And then because the fence had fallen down, it had to be renewed, and then all the bushes were taken down, and suddenly I could see her house. And it was like a fence with a little square house, a square yellow house stuck on the top of the fence. I thought, well, I've lost seclusion, but I'll get a painting out of this. So I went outside and I drew the house. The house painting we've been talking about, jumping from being a painting of a house to jumping immediately, that's a jump.
Yeah.
I also like the jump of small A4 drawings and then suddenly a big one for excitement, visual excitement.
Well, I always like seeing paintings, works on paper amongst your paintings. So,
Yes,
for
you do.
exactly that reason, for
Yes, you
that
do.
jump. But also
Yes.
the intimacy of your drawings and the intensity when you look into them. And they can be this big, but they could be like 30 or 40 different types of collage going on to rectify certain lines. And
Yes, correct.
that's such a sort of generous exposure to how your brain works or how your creative thought process is. And then to have that next to these huge or large paintings.
But like the opera, the
Like-
ballet
Exactly.
backdrop
Like
was
the
good.
ballet backdrop, which is an amazing 4-panel painting that we're
I
going to
like
have in the
that.
show.
I think it's very good. I'm excited at this distance already.
Yeah.
Out there.
But Rousseau is what you're liking right now.
I'm always conflicting. I do like early, but I also like now, and I love photography, and I like, I like drones. I mean, I know they're not, they don't have particularly good function, but I do like the look of them. And I love natural things which go on forever. They're both old and now. The trans-temporality.
And it means?
It means across. Trans is cross, temporal, time. And itty makes it sound good. Trans-temporal isn't as good as trans-temporality.
It's
It's
true.
another syllable. And it just means that, I mean, if you look at ancient sort of Corinthian mosaics or something, they paint fish, they paint a bird, they paint, an insect. And I do the same thing. So what I do has always been what has been done. But I do it with now, with the, the ideology of now, the eye of someone living now. So it crosses time.
I
It's
love
not a
that.
blip in history, it crosses time.
I think that's the perfect way to describe your work. Well, it's a bit like Kill Bill 2, this lunch.
So,
It's like the sequel,
yes.
but without
And they were different,
but
weren't
without
they?
any blood.